So it looks like this whole cheating situation with Neo and his wife was another attempt to promote his new project, Self-Explanatory? Maybe. Hear me out in regards to why I think some of you might be right about Neo plotting and planning all of this to promote his music. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your #1 source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So over the weekend, we had breaking news, from Crystal Smith, Neo's, I guess you can say, estranged wife at this point. Well, she blasted him on social media, accusing him of cheating for years and unprotected. We're still trying to figure out what she meant by that. Literally, is there a baby on the way? Was there an STD? We're not sure. But she says that she's choosing herself. And a lot of you question her and saying that you lose them how you got them. Well, according to some of you in the comments section, you also said, well, no, they opened up about their relationship and that when they got together, he was still living with Moneta, reportedly, while they started dating. So who knows? Who knows? But this is not the first time that Neo and Crystal have broken up. 4 years ago, they broke up. But you also may recall it was just a few weeks ago that these two renewed their vows. Okay? But some of you also had some speculation, specifically one of our YouTube comments from Terracotta Kim. She says, Neo just dropped a CD last week, did lots of press and podcasts, and I feel like this is a last-ditched attempt to stir up interest. And I said, you never know. I've seen celebrities do all kinds of crazy things just to promote whatever project they have coming out. And I know some of you are like, oh, come on, that's a little far-fetched. You know, who would do that? You would be surprised. But there is a lot of stuff happening right now in regards to Neo. And it wouldn't surprise because I told you, I was like, I haven't really heard Neo music in a very long time. Although he's written and had multiple hits, people aren't really talking about Neo music like that. Neo is more doing like the commentary stuff on reality shows and whatnot, competition shows. So I said, well, that's interesting. Well, that was until a journalist took to social media when Neo was being talked about and said, well, he did try to do this thing at a local store trying to get attention for his new project. Oh, Mr. Ernest Owens took to social media. First of all, let me just tell you who Mr. Ernest Owens is, okay? Mr. Ernest Owens, he's an award-winning journalist, Philly Mag, editor-at-large, author of upcoming books, The Case for Cancel Culture. Okay, I love it. I love it. Especially when it's a journalist posting about it. Because I just take a little bit more like, oh, wait a minute. This is not just tea. This is someone that, you know, crosses their T's and dots their I's. Okay, so he says this on Twitter. Now that Neo is in the news, I can finally tell y'all how he was in Philly, Target in Rittenhouse 2 weeks ago, trying to get fan pandemonium. And nobody even noticed him. Damn. He continues. He says he was there for a concert at the Dell and just so happened to park his Mercedes tour van at the front of the Target. He was there with an entourage of about 5 other dudes in all black. You had to see it to believe it. He said he literally walked around with them at that entire store for like 10 minutes. I noticed him because he was trying to hide his head and wore some wild tint shades, but nobody around seemed to pay him or the crew any mind. He says at one point he takes his shades off and again, nobody noticed him. They really walked up and down the damn store for some level of hype. It never came. Okay, can we speculate? Maybe he wanted to get something at Target. But I'm picturing Neo kind of like. So I'm sure that's probably part of the reason why people are like, well, it was the way that he was going around Target. It's not like he was shopping. He was there with a bunch of people hoping that people would notice him. And look, I'm not going to take away from what Neyo has done in music and written for other artists. But now when I hear this story from Mr. Ernest Owens, I am starting to believe what Kim said in the comment section. No one knew about this album. Now we're giving him promotion. Now we're giving him promotion about, it's called Self-Explanatory. I think he's really talented, Neyo, but I've never been like a huge Neyo fan. To be honest, that's me though. I know there are plenty of people that love some of his music.
The music ain't that great. I listen to it on the iPod.
R&B has suffered a lot in the last decade, and I'm sure that he's fallen. Damn. I'm trying. You guys see me trying? So do you think that this was his last-ditch effort to garner some attention for the album? Why wouldn't his wife stand behind him and say, okay, let's do it? So if we see these two get back together, will this just be a confirmation of what we already are thinking? I mean, there's just so many things. It could be coincidence that he has a new project out. He's asking for privacy. You know, we reported on that yesterday. And he's being blasted by his wife on social media for cheating. Because you know what it is? So many of these artists are blasted for cheating and people still love and adore them and support their music. So they're like, we can do a cheating rumor. No one's going to cancel me for a cheating rumor. Let's be real. There are plenty of cheater pumpkin eaters that people still love and adore and still buy their music. I just don't think that this is what's going to work for Neyo. Because Neyo walking around, damn, how bad does it have to be that you have to go and in the Target and hope to be recognized? Damn, fame is a drug that people don't go to. Get help. Get help. I'm going to go listen to the album. I mean, I say that now, and then by the time I end this video and finish editing it, I would have forgotten, and then I'm going to go play Beyonce again. Come on, Beyonce. Here we go, talking about Beyonce again. Don't forget, Neyo wrote Irreplaceable for Beyonce. Boy can write a song. What do you guys believe? This just smells a little interesting to me, specifically because the timing of this. No one was talking about his album, which came out a couple of weeks ago. And now we have this cheating situation from his wife. And then we have him, we would like to protect our privacy at this time. And then we have this journalist, Ernest Owens, saying, well, then he was in Philly and trying to get some attention. I'm telling you, these celebrities, when you see them at certain places like the Ivy we always talk about how come certain celebrities, someone like Beyonce, is able to maintain a level of privacy and these other artists are not. It's because it's all chosen. Why they go to certain places, why they live in certain places. It's so that they can get attention. Again, celebrity, some people are very much intoxicated with it. And once they've gotten a little bit of it, they want more and more. So now I'm starting to believe that this was a plot that Todd set up for the bull. Guys, let's continue this conversation below. I want to know what you guys believe. I can't believe I'm doing another video about this Neyo situation. But when I see something like this and a journalist talking about it, I said, you know what? Let us talk about it. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.